You're not, you're good. You're good, keep going.
My name is John McGurran. I'm from Minnesota. The boat I have is a 16-foot deep V Crestliner. Originally had an inflatable boat we were using just to get on the water, something small and simple. Ended up destroying it and wanted to find just a boat that we could kind of make it our own and you know, do stuff with my family with. And we saw the TV Nation things and saw the people building it and helping each other out in that community and thought we'd give it a shot. And we got the boat and we built it up and had fun fishing with it. The first edition of the boat we built using wood and way too much pour foam, and just kind of a rookie mistake, but we built it up okay. It was heavy, it was ugly, but it was ours. The starter was acting weird on the engine. So we're talking around and there was a local business where the guy said, yeah, I can give that a look and get it fixed for you, no problem. I called back about 11 or 12 days later. And we had an ice storm in that time in Minnesota. The boat was outside the whole time. Somehow it slipped through the cracks, the guy forgot about it. Water and the ice and everything, it caused expansion to happen in the lids and all of our seals. And it warped the wood, and it started flooding through, and we had water in a lot of different areas. A lot of electronics were wrecked, and we had insurance look at it, but you know, it wasn't an insurance issue, and you know, we talked to the shop owner, but that didn't go anywhere. We had to gut it out, and they were worried about mold in situations. All the lids we had, all the floorboards, everything was just warped and destroyed from the ice.
John, you got her pretty clean, buddy.
Oh man, you saw the pictures.
I know. I was worried you weren't going to get it done. So was Ryan. Just figured that's the one thing that makes it look really nice when it's done, and I figured you would rather have it on than not.
Completely.
So.
Completely.
This last one got a back green.
Day one was great. It was sprinting through a marathon. How much we did in that one day, it was crazy. The way these guys are thinking all this stuff through and putting it together with the frame and all the parts and how they're envisioning it.
Angle it down in there and drop it down.
And 5/16.
There you go. Rivet it right there. One in this corner, Mike.
Here?
Eric, you have to set that over in that corner. Yeah. Push down. Got to be down. Oh, we're high over there. Hold on.
You know, we were talking getting done 8, 9 o'clock, and we were in here till 12:30. We were excited though. You know, we could have gone longer probably. Kind of on this emotional and adrenaline high. Tons of pictures, tons of videos. Yeah, day one was intense. A lot got done.
Your live well is running on a timer.
Yep.
You know, you may have a light on in a compartment and off, or in your gunnel or in your cockpit, but you're not running.
From day two, it felt a little like a blur at first because I was exhausted from day one. Couldn't sleep well, but was just excited. It was just great how as something would come up, they'd talk together, collaborate, and we'd get it fixed.
Same width.
How many of these ball joints do you have?
There's 4 or
1, 2,
5 of them
3.
back there.
We need
But
6?
You need,
We need 6?
you need 12.
We need 12. Oh, okay.
Yeah. You get one per package.
You'd think with people who have this experience and this, you know, it just background, you know, you'd think there'd be some headbutting, but it's very collaborative, very much on the same page with each other, and that respect they have for each other as they're building it.
Hey guys, I gotta interrupt this video real quick to tell you about the biggest sale of the year going on right now at tbnation.net. 10% off aluminum kits and parts. You will get a free gift with every apparel purchase. And also for every $100 you spend on the site, you're gonna get a $10 gift card. Use code FIREAN at checkout. I do get a little bit of kickback on that, and that really helps allow me to bring videos like this to you guys. Like, comment, share this video. It all helps tremendously. Also, if we can get this channel to 20,000 subscribers, and Nate Eckold's channel to 5,000 subscribers by January 2nd, I'll talk Nate into doing a pretty sweet giveaway. We appreciate your support, and stay tuned until the end of this video because you're not going to want to miss the reveal of this boat.
Day 3 was the transition from kind of the big showy stuff to the detailed intricate stuff. It was really cool from my perspective because it's a place where if someone didn't care, they could cut corners, they could simplify it, they could cruise through it. But if anything, the work was more intense. All the guys were very much like doing it to like the level of if their family was on the boat and if they were doing the boat. And it just watching them problem solve through stuff and watching a lot of the detail, not even knowing how much detail actually went into some of those things was really incredible to watch. And it's great where the exhaustion started to kick in a little bit too, but we're having fun, we're joking, we're messing around with each other. We're all still working together on this project and really optimistic about what it's turning into. And I remember at the end of the day, a really cool thing was having those lights go on and being able to put the lights on and listen to stuff, and the music was working, and it was almost like a reward for what we've gone through that day. Day 3 was a Red Bull infused blur.
Get the good stuff, man. Light boy gets better. Yeah, it is.
Where?
It's by the counter.
I looked for
in that corner. That's where I've been getting them every morning.
Stop me from myself.
I thought you wanted some bang. I thought you wanted to start the day with a bang.
So day 4 stood out. Day 3 we called it a little early. I think exhaustion was kicking in. We got some sleep and really just got to work finishing. And it's so much detail into the electrical and making sure everything runs. Mike's driving himself nuts doing the electrical, and it's making sure it's like great, where there's no issue, no fires, no nothing. He spent a ton of time doing that, and the back end is starting to make sense. And it's clean. It could be chaos, but it's labeled nicely and everything's put together in its place, and it's really organized well. It looks like a spaceship. And then today it's just great because we're all tired and we all want to go home, but we're putting in the hours to make it right, and it's great. These guys have a lot of pride in wanting to finish it and finish it right, and I'm appreciating that. John came, and John is in Minnesota also. He was one of the first tiny boat people I spoke to online about projects and boats.
How's it going?
Finally, nice to meet you, man.
Absolutely. Definitely worth the trip.
But having John down here for a couple hours was pretty cool.
My name and channel name is John, and I'm John Steer with JDS Outdoors. It all kind of started when I stumbled upon Mike Lopez's videos on YouTube, and I started chatting with him in the comments. And I told him, I said, you need to make like a Facebook group. When he went and made the Facebook group, he actually made a Facebook page instead of a Facebook group, so you can only follow along. It was like a business page. I told him, I said, no, you need to make a group. And then finally he made the group, and that's all she wrote. The videos I like to do are kind of random. I'll do a little random, like making a piece of furniture project, working on a vehicle. And then I also like to build and customize boats too. I got a few videos where I've customized old hulls, and then I've got a few videos where I'm making hulls from scratch. And currently working on one with a big jet pump and a big motor. Well, I have 2 projects lined up. One has already started. It's called the Dream Jet series. It's kind of a boat that I've had in my mind for years with the help of people watching my channel and just building other random projects, I've finally got a good chunk to put down on it. So that boat is going to be approximately 8 feet long, or sorry, 18 feet long. Be 8-foot wide beam on top, 78 inches on the bottom, and it's got a 5.3 Chevy LS engine in it with a Berkeley pump mounted out the back. I got a good bit invested in it, and it should be a pretty sweet little, well, not little, but a pretty sweet boat once it's done. The Facebook page is JDS Outdoors, and then on YouTube, it's just JDS Outdoors. Well, I guess the only other thing I'd like to say is thanks for allowing me to come down and hang out with you guys. You know, I've been waiting years to meet everybody, and I'm glad that I finally all got to meet. Glad this all worked out. Thanks for having me.
I saw today that kind of blew my mind was just how much work is in the electrical. I had no idea. To do something really nice and have all the features we have today, the amount of hours that these guys have spent on it, they know what they're doing, but just the amount of hours putting in the stuff. And yeah, so Nate came up and put all the batteries together and the holders.
My name is Nathan, owner of Underground Power. We got our start with the car audio competition area. We started making lithium batteries for those vehicles, LiFePO 4, as well as we released an LTO line. We've been doing that for about 3 years now. Our marine market, we're going to specialize in a split battery. What I mean by that is we'll have a 12-volt split with a 24-volt. If we can manage to fit them in the cases, we're also going to try a 12-volt with a 36-volt as well, just to try to keep it in as small a case as possible to make it easier to fit in more different applications. The main benefit to a lithium battery over an AGM, besides the obvious one, which would be weight, is the amount of runtime that you can get out of it. It's a lot more stable of a depth of discharge, which means the voltage is going to hold a lot better than an AGM battery, where you'll slowly, degrade that voltage. You'll have to keep throttling up further and further as long as your day goes. As opposed to a lithium battery, you can leave it on 3 or 5 or whatever you want to troll at, and it'll hold there a lot longer. LiFePO 4 lithiums can replace any AGM or SLA battery that you currently run. You can run your graphs off of it, fish finders. You can run your trolling motors. You can use it as a starting motor. They have a very good wide range of what they can actually do. The voltage ranges are within spec of an AGM battery. When they both have the same full charge voltage, 14.6 to 14.8. However, they just hold that higher voltage, so your accessories or whatever you're running off of it run better longer. Me and a friend of mine were on Facebook one day, and we happened to see a different company in the audio industry that had actually burned down a car. They had shown pictures of the battery once that it had failed, we'll say that, and the craftsmanship inside of it was just absolutely subpar. And me and my friend looked at each other, and he said, "Man, you could build better than that." And I said, "Yeah, I could build better than that." And that kind of took off from there. So I started doing research, started learning about it, took a couple classes on it, more than a couple, and ordered some cells, started prototyping. And we prototyped for about 6 to 8 months until we were finally happy to release our first audio line battery, which has stood true and is one of the best, if not the best, especially bang for your buck battery on the market right now, to which we're just releasing other lines and continuing that same level of professionalism, customer service, and quality. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to Tiny Boat Nation or ourselves, Underground Power, on Facebook. Also, be sure to check out our YouTube, Tiny Boat Nation's YouTube, and we hope to hear from you soon.
we got this far in 4 minutes.
Looking at the boat now that it's done, it's hard to even recognize it as my boat. I don't want to change anything. It's just, I'm overwhelmed with it. Thank you. It's been a crazy experience. It's been a lot of fun. Now I'm kind of sad it's over. It's been a lot of fun.